him to his face that I'm not doing again. And why am I not doing again? I'm not doing again because I'm going back to my ex. Which one is easier?
Tell me.
Exactly. So if you find yourself in those kind of situations, then probably sometimes the easiest what's staring you out in the face a lot of times may be what's going on. So if you want to test it, there's a very, very easy way to test it with this person. All right. And the first way to test it is because before you go about saying you want to discuss and break it to your friend and all that, the first way you have to test is what this person has told you so far. Is it true? Okay, so take a pastor, tell the pastor, you guys go and talk to this person. Let's dissolve the blood oath and see. If you start hearing stories, baby, all manner of ridiculous stories, I can't do that, I don't want to do that, you will not listen to anybody and all that, then you know that the rest of the story that you heard is bullshit. If she now goes ahead to go and dissolve the blood oath to the pastor, then what's the problem? So you have a way to test your assumption, and the assumption is find somebody who can. But if she does not want to go ahead, if she tells you that she is not ready to do that, all right, I would strongly suggest. And when I use that word carefully. Each time I say it, strongly suggest that you remove yourself from the vicinity of the bomb blast.
You conscious pilot. You know because you conscious pilot. You wash your hands.
Because you yourself go collect. If your friend had no intention of marrying her, then probably.
Because she has probably came and tested the fan and figured that
this guy is not as good as my ex.
Yeah, exactly. Let me go back to where I'm coming from. And it's usually
you may not like the way I'm.
And this is that you are feeling fly that is telling you a secret.
What is the secret giving me money?
No. Actually, the feeling that telling me something you've not told anybody in the world. Meanwhile, probably you are the sixth person instead.
But it doesn't move me.
Eh?
Doesn't move.
No,
me.
it's moving now.
I grew up around. I grew up around. I won't say I grew up. I grew up with strong women in my life. My mother, our brother's mother, and who else? And the cousin that one. And when they sat down to talk, it made me realize that you see, and I say this respectfully to you women. No? I say respectfully to you women, and before you say that, you find out that human nature, this thing did not just start with your generation. It's been like that since time. Some people's moms and grandmoms were runs girls. The only reason why they're not doing runs is because they're too old now.
It's still in them.
Some of them are. So a lot of time when you are sitting down and they would. She's being polite to you. I think she's actually being polite. Because if it was most other people, they would just ghost the guy. Because that's what she did to her ex. She ghosted the guy.
I said the guy that ghosted her.
Abi?
Yes.
She ghosted. So the ex is calling. And then he's saying that, if you were dating someone and the person don't say anything, the person just disappeared, will you not get angry? What's happening now? You guys, I thought what to get. No, just.
And it's coming back.
She has tried banker. Banker, you little boy. I'll go back to the ex.
I thought all the money was planned to belongs to him. I just figured that it's customer's money. I said
it's depressing.
It's depressing. And those young girls, so we grow old, mind you, they become gamma. And some people will them this is the best mom in the world. So you have to factor that in.
Let me tell you the dilemma that men find, and most of the time we delude ourselves. Most women do not most, but a sizable amount of women usually do not like the men they are married to. And I'm saying this from having spoken to this woman.
And most men don't like the women they are married to. And most men
at the time, they like the women.
At a time, they do.
Yeah.
Listen, but a sizable amount, when I mean like, in the sense that maybe, it's natural that if you've been together for a while, after a while, the romantic affection would fade. The affection that develops is like bonds of family. This person is a mother to my children. This person is... You don't want, particularly if you care about family, right? You don't want a life. You don't want to live a life in which this person will no longer be there. Do you understand? You may not like the person, but you like the fact that the person is in your life.
Okay,
there's a way in which you are inside a house now, and then maybe when you look outside, you see your children, they are playing in the compound. You don't like when they come inside there, they may start giving you a man of trouble and all that. You don't like that, but you like that you can see, okay, they are still there.
Yeah, true.
People's marriages get to that point. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that as at the time in which they are getting married, they don't like the person they're getting married to.
Shit.